I'm going to give you a tip that you can take immediately into your practice. It's so easy, and I think it gets really overlooked. As EFT therapists, we're so busy just trying to do a good job and do the process really well that we forget to tell clients what the plan is. What is it that we're doing? And I mean, really tell. You need to spell it out, right? Pretend that you don't know EFT, you don't know what it even means to do a process, and just spell it out in so many ways as often as you can. I'm going to tell you a few ways that we do it at my group practice, and I've actually gotten better at it along the way. I didn't used to be this explicit or kind of upfront with what the process is, what to expect, and then each session very transparent about where we are, where we're going in the beginning and in the end of the session. We did some kind of random feedback forms for clients, and the top complaint was we don't really know what the plan is. And so we have tried to really get very, very clear and be very, very just transparent. One of the ways that we do it is I have a video that I send all my couples, and it walks through kind of my frame of what the EFT process is. It's a bit clinical, but I warn people of it. I say, hey, this is a little bit clinical. And so it kind of explains enactments, right? And what a typical session might feel like, that kind of thing. I basically just lay out, these are the steps and stages, and this is what the tango is, and this is what that means for you. That is something that I've gotten feedback that's helpful for clients. And then I even let them know, you know what, don't expect to get into stage 2 for a little bit. Like, we're still in stage 1. Here's what that means. They just really like knowing that we have a plan, number one, and where they are on the map. And then the other thing that I do is I start each session with kind of a summary of where how I see them and where I think we are and what I want to do for that session. And I might do also a little check-in, like unless there's something that you need to tell me, right? That's kind of weighing on you or more important. So it's a little bit of both. And then the end of the session, which is basically your move 5, I'm not only saying, hey, look what you just did, look how that's different from your cycle. I'm also saying, and this is good. Like, this is exactly where we need to be on the bigger map. And this is what I am hoping to do in the next session. Clients eat that up. You have a plan, show it. Make it so tangible, so visible. This is going to help your retention rate more than anything else, I guarantee. More than you perfectly attuning, more than you being like, the best EFT therapist out there, just being visible about the plan. And, if you need to pivot or if you need to collaborate, that's okay. It doesn't mean that the plan is out the window. It just means like, hey, I want to have a conversation. Here's where I think we've been. Let's say you feel stuck. I'd really like us to move in this direction, but I need to kind of know, like, what do you think might be getting in the way? I mean, that's like a meta process conversation, but being really transparent and just very, very literally letting your clients know what the plan is. And every single session, where they are. It will help them feel so taken care of, and it will motivate them to keep going because they know you're in charge, and all the work that they're doing is going to make more sense to them. And I always refer back to the video too. I say, did you watch the video? Remember what I said? Da, 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 da. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I will put a link to that video that I'm describing in the description below in this video. But I also want to tell you about Superpower Alliance webinars. I'm teaching all things EFT, specifically when it comes to couples, actually, moving through the tango. And I'm really having fun doing it. And I would love for you to join us. 1 hour a month, very focused webinars. So I teach a little bit in the beginning, and then you'll watch me role play with a pretend couple. And then you'll watch me role play with a clinician practicing a skill. And then it's time for you, whether you watch it, whether you're there live or you watch the playback, to practice the skill. If you're live, you practice it. You have the option of practicing it with a partner. You don't have to. And then obviously if you're watching the playback, you practice on your own. And that 1 hour, it gives you this very specific, digestible one thing that you can take in to your next session. I'm using deliberate practice to do it, and I really love it. Please join us. All the things you need to know is in the description below in this video.